Congratulations, you just got on Uber Eats and now it's time to hit that go button and start making money. I've been driving for Uber Eats for almost 3 years now, and this is a simple, straightforward beginner guide starting with a simple checklist to guide you through your first week. You'll be learning what orders to take, where and when you should deliver, and I'll be giving you a first shift walkthrough example of what kind of orders I look through to get the ones I want, opportunities and surge pay, and mistakes to avoid, and more. Let's get right into it. So what orders should you take? Well, first you need to become familiar with what you're looking at when an order gets sent your way. We have the drop off and pickup icon, and it's important to know the difference between them because maybe your pickup location is an area with no parking that you want to avoid, or a bad neighborhood where you don't want to drop off to, and these are factors you need to be aware of when making a decision of accepting an order or not. And then we have the pay, mileage, time estimate of how long the order is estimated to take, taking traffic into consideration, restaurant name of where you're picking up from, and the street of where you're dropping off to. So the first thing I usually look at is numbers, the pay and mileage first. And how do you know what is considered good? Well, you want high pay and low mileage, obviously. So you could use dollar per mile as a guideline. All you have to do is divide the pay by the miles. For example, this is $11 divided by 4 miles for a dollar per mile of $2.75, which is excellent. And this is a guideline for what is considered good. Screenshot this, especially if you're a beginner. You need to know not to take orders under $1 per mile and aim for $1.50 a mile or more. Orders that are in the $2, $3 per mile range are rare, but they are what are considered great orders that are worth your time. And the second important thing you need to know is, to put it simply, pick orders that drop off to areas that are already next to a bunch of restaurants that you could get an order from right after. So you're staying efficient, avoiding drop-offs that are in the middle of nowhere where you have to drive all the way back, wasting miles. Now that you've learned the basics, let's leave the classroom and go on a field trip. I'll be showing you a basic shift, the orders I get, which ones I take, and which ones I decline to better your understanding of what I'm talking about. And right away, let's see what we got. 14 for 13. Give me something better than that. 12 for 14. That's worse. 10 for 9. What's next? 8 for 7. 21 for 12. Going to downtown. 1 hour. No. We're looking for some big orders today. Let's see what we got right here. 15 for 11. Rejected. So definitely a mistake that beginner drivers make is they just start accepting every order that hits their screen. And if you were to do that, then you'd be doing some really bad orders, as you can see by some of these. $19 for 21 miles, dropping off pretty far away from a bunch of restaurants. That's not something you want to do. Okay, here we go. I mean, do I want to go downtown on a Friday? Not really, but I'm gonna have to decline that one. If it was Sunday, maybe. What is this? Okay, we're just gonna do this right now. $8 for 2. Easy pickup. Easy drop off, hopefully. So let's get this thing going. Hopefully this one's not super good. I'd be mad. 9 for 9. Yeah, that's ass. All right, let's go pick up this Santa Fe Burrito Grill. Let's see what we got next. We got DoorDash on. We're in the zone. 18, 17, 16 for 11. We need more separation than that. Higher dollar per mile. DoorDash, estimated order in 1 to 4 minutes. That's cap. I haven't gotten anything. Okay, here we go. That's what we're talking about. 12 for 3. Yep. We're taking that. Come on. Hopefully it matches faster. All right, we got it. So that's a solid one. So now we're not doing too bad to start off the shift. You keep going. Let's come on. Order was ready, and it's got a good drop-off location too. I'll probably end up getting an order while I'm driving over there. I did get one while I was driving to the drop-off, and this double is $4 a mile. We got it done in 25 minutes. Definitely a good one there. In this next session, I get the $16 for 9 mile, 34 minutes. Really is a solid offer here, but at the last second, I declined it, hoping to swing for the fences for a $25 plus stack, since it was the peak of the dinner rush. But this is one of those cases where I should have just taken it because I dug through orders for another 7 minutes before ultimately landing on a $19 for 10. Honestly, I would have preferred the other one to this because of the drop-off location, but it happens. And $19 for 10 Cheesecake Factory isn't a bad addition in itself. It did have a longer drive than I expected though, and the drop-off wasn't the best spot for orders, but upon driving back into my zone, I get a really good one here next, pretty quickly, $13 for 5 from an expensive restaurant, and now we're back on track. Alright guys, here we are, we're back. Let's see what we get. $7 for 3. I'd like to start heading back this way. Ooh, okay, we got... I kind of like that one right there. No, get out of here. I want that McDonald's one. $10 for 4, 20 minutes. See if I get it. Be nice to get one right away, right as I drop that one off. No, I don't want that, man. Come on, give me that McDonald's. No! 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 Another driver matches the request. Alright, well. Okay, 21 for 18. No. 15 for 12, no. 10 for 3. I mean, you'd think that's good, but it's a double. What is this? 12 for 5. I don't want that. 2%. 7 for 2. Let's do that one, man. I mean, it's an easy one. It came with a $7 for less than a mile add-on. Definitely worth it. Get that double picked up. It's drop-off time. They were dropping off to the same apartment building. $15 and a half an hour with that one. It's 8 o'clock now. Today has been decent so far, and I ended up looking for orders here for 7 minutes before landing a $14 8-mile shopping order that did come with the $8 for 5 add-on as well from an easy pickup. So I grabbed that one, combining for a $23 double order to end off the night, exceeding my regular goal of $25 an hour and $2 a mile with $26.78 and 2.18 for the day in 4 hours, totaling a quick $107 dinner shift. I'm always aiming for $25 an hour or more, so this is a successful shift. Guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, you learned something from this video, hit that subscribe button and check out my channel for even more delivery videos. Alright, now let's learn even more tips and tricks before heading back for another shift. This next advanced trick we're going to learn is how to spot massive hidden tips. We're talking $20 orders, $40 orders, $60 orders even. How do you spot orders like these? 3 factors. Number 1, the order is over $10 on the offer screen. Uber Eats hides tips over $8, so with the base pay of $2, that means the order has to be over $10 on the offer screen in order for you to get a huge extra tip. Number 2, picking up from an expensive restaurant with lots of items and a high subtotal, sushi restaurants, steakhouse restaurants, or just any high-end restaurant in your area is going to be your best chance of getting extra tips, and pizza restaurants do well too, especially if it's like 5 or 6 pizzas you're dealing with. And number 3, dropping off to an expensive area with nice houses. Know your area, where the nice neighborhoods are, so that you could spot them on the map. That's always a good sign that you might get an extra tip on the order you're delivering. Not all rich people tip, that's for sure, but at the end of the day, the chances are higher. And earlier we talked about how to calculate dollar per mile, but another important calculation that is very helpful is to be able to actually calculate the hourly rate that you would earn if you took that order. Basically, I take a look at this $11 in 20 minutes, which 20 minutes is 1/3 of an hour. So if I do the conversion quickly in my head, I could see that it's a $33 an hour order. $10 in 30 minutes would be a $20 an hour order, and so on and so forth. It helps to be able to do that math quickly in your head. And now let's talk about when and how often you should deliver. My recommendation is to put in as many hours as you can during the weekends. For example, put in like 8 hours on a Friday, 12 hours Saturday, another 10 to 12 on Sunday if you can, and then just hit the dinner shifts on the weekdays. Obviously working around whatever schedule you have, but work when it's busy and don't work when it's slow. And when it's daytime, like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and you're out on a Saturday a few hours before the dinner rush, it's gonna be not as busy, so lower your standards slightly during these times and then raise your standards once you start to see those larger dinner time orders hitting your phone. The busier it is, the pickier you could be, so you gotta be able to adjust accordingly based on the orders that you're getting. Another thing that you could do is keep an eye out. Sometimes they'll they'll give you double orders where one is really good and then the other one is only like $3. So for example, this one that I got, you can see the first one was just 2 items inside of a mall, and the second one was a massive sushi order. So I unassigned the first one and only did this one, and that only lowered my pay by $3, meaning it was definitely worth it to unassign that one and just to do the one that was good. So keep an eye out for that, but keep in mind also is that your cancellation rate cannot go over 20% or else you're in grounds for deactivation. So if you're going to do this, keep that in mind. All right, let's head back for another example shift, and then we'll go over even more tips and tricks. All right, guys, we are starting off the day with an absolute blockbuster of an order, $55 Walmart pickup. And this is one of the best orders I've gotten in a while. And this is the first Walmart order I've gotten on Uber Eats in a long time. Off to a great start this Sunday. It is noon. I'm planning to go all day. Let's go all day today. $300, $400 plus. We got the order in 8 minutes, and it's single items. It's not like 5 different grocery pickups. So that is what we like to see. We got some ice melt right there. Let's go ice this order. Whoa, $9 for 24?
I don't like sand.
Looks like we got 2 from Chipotle right here. 11 for 20. Can DoorDash do better? 6 for 8. Got that 2% acceptance rate for a reason. All right, guys, not too long of a wait, and we got what we're looking for. $9 for 3. Let's take that. What is that thing? $8 for 30 miles, double order. That is absolutely insane. It is no longer available. I wonder if someone took it. They're probably on drugs. This area is slow around this time, and we get absolutely hit with the train here with a 32-minute wait looking for orders. Man, French fries aren't gonna magically pop out of there. You already got the fries, man. There's nothing left. What do you get? Oh no! I was even considering taking a break, going home until the dinner shift, but a chunky $34 shopping order bringing me to downtown makes up for it, and now we're back. Pulling up to the store right now, let's get this 20-item shop. So at 55, 9, and 34 to start off the day. And after we get dropped off, we're now 3 hours and 45 minutes in. That long wait balanced out that great start. We're also downtown now, and the dinner rush is still ahead. Oh, okay, $21, 10 items. I'm looking for something better. $4 for 0.7. I mean, I would take that order if it wasn't hard to pick up. Like, there's no parking there. I'm not double parking for a $4 order. I'm not getting a whole lot over here right now, as you can see. I'd like to go a little west from here to get where I really want to be. So I'm looking for something that helps me do that. And I get this $13 for 4 shop is actually pretty decent right here. So we grab it, and that's followed by a $12 for 4 shop from GNC next. So hopefully we can start to get on a little bit of a roll here. And I'm off looking for my next order again. My favorite orders I like to deliver are those $25, $30 double triple stacks with extra tip potential. But I'm not seeing any of those right now. You're more likely to see those when it's raining really hard on like a Saturday or Sunday. But I am able to find a decent single here eventually. Alright guys, $11 for 3, we'll take that. And hey, look, we're right here, so I ain't even gonna park. I'm already parked. This $13 for 5 double was definitely doable, but I wanted something that's really going to increase my hourly rate since it's the dinner rush now. And it's actually Grubhub that ends up coming through with that. $8 for less than a mile, undeniably a good one there. And now the dinner rush is hitting. I opened up my phone to a nice $14 for 5. Got that one done in 35 minutes, so about a $27, $26 an hour average order there. And I'm needing an order with some weight to it next. Let's skip through the regular declines now. We've seen enough of those and talk about some of these better offers here that I'm considering taking. This one is $29 for 19 miles. I pulled the trigger on that, this larger one, but if it was going south instead of north. I just don't really like going north of the city too much. It starts to get too far away from me. This one right here is doable, $23 for 10, but I think I could get something better than that, to be honest. And I do end up choosing this $18 for 5 instead. It took 34 minutes active time, but 8 minutes to cherry pick it. So when I got this $15 for 8 right away, as I dropped it off, I took it. This place has got some pretty good waffles, if I say so myself. And this one is my last one of the day, bringing me back south down on the highway. I drove a little bit more dead miles home than I wanted to after this, but I was getting hungry, so I think it was kind of worth it. And in total, I made $200 in 8.5 hours for an hourly rate of $23.61. I didn't do as good as I wanted, but still at the same time, not too bad at all. All right, let's talk more tips and tricks now. This next one, if you're a beginner, if no one told you, this isn't a trick, this is more like a necessity, and it is that you need to be tracking your mileage. This is for tax season, so you can get a deduction, and an app that you could do that with is the Solo app. And if you use the link in my description to sign up and subscribe to the app, you'll get a $10 bonus as well. Alright, now let's talk about surge pay and opportunities. Surge pay is where an extra pay zone pops up on your screen and you get a bonus, kind of like a DoorDash peak pay. Most of you probably don't have this, and I explained how to get surge pay activated on a recent video, so I'm just going to play that explanation here. In order to activate these bonuses on your map, you have to have Uber rideshare activated on your account. Now this is the important part. These bonuses count for food delivery too. So if you don't want to do Uber rideshare because you don't want people in your car, simply just activate rideshare on your account and then just don't accept any Uber rides. But now you'll get these bonuses for food deliveries, and you have nothing to lose by doing this. I did not know this and missed out on thousands of dollars over the years by not knowing this. Unfortunately, right now I have to wait a few weeks to get on it on my account here in Boston, because I have to go to the DMV and all that, switching my car over to Massachusetts. But once I do so, these surge bonuses will activate on my account again, as I just switched my zone from Phoenix to Boston. And for opportunities and quests, they do pop up once in a while, especially on holidays, so check the opportunity tab for when that pops up. I also get this boost pay popping up when I check this opportunity tab. I don't think this is for all areas, but definitely check your page to see if it is in yours. And I definitely do a better job of turning this on whenever I see it, because $1.50 per order definitely is not a small amount, especially when you're doing a lot of deliveries. And make sure that you click on the work hub and check to see that you have shop and pay and alcohol orders turned on, especially the shop and pays, because I've done plenty of $30, $40 shop and pays. These could be game changers when you're having a slow day, that they could pop up unexpectedly, which will be a huge help. I'd say that if you don't have this turned on, you're at a huge disadvantage. Alright, shifting our focus on something to avoid now, and what it is these fake orders that pop up. Now, what is a fake order? It's an order that has been stolen, picked up by someone else, or has some other issue with it. And what happens is it keeps getting sent out to other drivers and unassigned over and over again, driving the base pay up. I recommend staying away from these, being aware of what they look like. It's going to most commonly be these fast food restaurants like Taco Bell, Jack in the Box. It's going to be in like the $40 range. Basically, it's going to be an order looking way too good to be true. There is like a 5% chance that the restaurant did remake it and they'd let you deliver it, which you'll get that pay, but I really wouldn't recommend taking it to check. I have had it happen to me a few times where I was able to deliver it, but it's pretty rare. But I don't really like to do it, especially now that canceling these do negatively affect your cancellation rate, even though it's not really your fault. And you won't get paid the cancellation rate anymore too, so they took that away. So it's kind of a double negative. That's if you decide to risk it. If you do decide to risk it, I would definitely recommend only doing it if the store is like a minute away, so you have less to lose. You definitely don't want to be driving 10 minutes away for one of these. Now here's another common question. How long should you wait for an order? If you walk in and the employee tells you it's gonna be a long wait, if you see a lot of drivers in there, like 5 or 6 other people waiting, then that's usually a bad sign that it's gonna take 15 minutes or more. And when I see that, if it's an average order, then I'll unassign it. But if it's a really big sushi order, I'll keep it. If I'm picking up an $8 order and it's pretty empty, no one's really in there, and they're gonna tell me it's gonna be a few minutes, then I'm not going to unassign it. It's probably going to be a quick wait. But if you do make the decision to unassign, I recommend either doing it right away when you see the line to prevent yourself from wasting time. And I would not recommend waiting like 20 minutes and then getting all mad and unassigning it only for your order to be a few minutes away from being ready. That's a situation that you want to avoid. And when you're making the decision to unassign an order, keep in mind your cancellation rate that it does not go over the 20% threshold for deactivation. And another common delivery driver tip is to bring food from home. Pretty simple tip, but it saves a lot of money, especially when you're going out spending $13 on a BK Whopper that doesn't even taste good. That's something you don't want to do. It's important to save every dollar that you could get, especially out here doing these deliveries. And you're going to have to stop your deliveries to go get food, which is going to waste money and time. So you don't want to do. So bring food from home and water too, because you're going to be out driving for like 10, 12 hours. You want to have everything that you need just in the car for maximum efficiency. My next tip is to take orders that bring you closer to home towards the end of your shift. And if you can, if you live close to a hotspot, start accepting orders from your house, because this is going to save efficiency. If you're doing a short shift, I would not recommend going too far away. But if you're doing a longer shift, and if I see an order that's going 10 miles away, I know I could spend some time there and deliver in that area, then I'll go ahead and take it. But only if I'm doing a longer shift on a weekend. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. If you're doing like 2 or 3 hours, I wouldn't take anything that's bringing you too far away. And once you start getting towards the end of your shift, and like I said, start taking orders that bring you close to your house. So there you have it, guys, a beginner guide to starting Uber Eats. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you have an answer to any question that someone's asking, then feel free to answer that too. The comment section could be just information for everybody. That's what the Uber Eats community is about, right, guys? So if you enjoyed the video, check out this one right here, another ride-along week video that I did, and we'll see you in that one.